In addition to this tragedy, there were other challenges for the people of Gander. At the beginning of the 1990s, fewer and fewer international airlines are landing here.
It was a gradual thing over a short period of time, but it didn't just happen overnight, but you knew it was coming. And I remember when the Cubana management and even the Aeroflot management were leaving for good. It was a sad time because we developed a bond with them. They were like family to us. You know, the airport community was very close knit. So yeah, it was a very sad time for all of us at the airport.
For a decade, Gander International Airport sinks into obscurity. Hardly anyone takes notice of the airport in Newfoundland. Until the world is shocked by terrorists on September the 11th, 2001.
We heard about the towers in New York City being hit. So a few of us that were free went to the TV room to have a look at it. And as we're looking, we're saying what a tangle U.S. airspace is going to be in with airplanes and the tangle air traffic controllers in New York were into. And shortly after, we got the word that airplanes were going to be landing Gander.
At the time of the attacks, air traffic controllers expected 38 passenger jets to land. Only half an hour until the first planes expected.
These airplanes were getting tight, and landing, and they wanted to, a lot of those pilots were apprehensive. They wanted to get out of the sky as quick as they could. You could tell in their voices. They didn't know what they were going to be hit. Nobody knew at that point.
At Patrick White's flight school, near the end of a partially closed runway, no one is aware of the terrorist attacks. The numerous Cessnas with flight students and teachers on board had to land immediately and clear the runway.
Well, I'm not sure if I can use the words that I used that day, but someone just came to me and said the control tower said that we have to take out the aircraft, and I said, well, tell them to forget it. So I just thought it was some foolish regulatory thing, and so therefore I said, no, we're not taking our aircraft down. Like, why would I do that? That's crazy.
After the second try, the tower gets a hold of Pat White directly, and this time he follows orders and lands the aircraft. Meanwhile, the first jets are already preparing to land.
I went up on the roof of the building. There was a line of aircraft as far as you could see, and from my eyes, I could see the pattern that they were doing to come in to land. Like, that was just amazing.
On the radar recordings of September the 11th, 2001, the unique landing route of the aircraft arriving in Gander is recognizable.
It's first come, first served. So whoever's closest gets in first, and we give turns, radar vectors we call them. So we give radar vectors around to an airplane, bring them in behind, and like I said, we can run them legally 3 miles apart. It was gridlock on the ground. The tower had big prime problems parking those airplanes and getting them off the runway.
At this time, it is not clear whether terrorists are also on board any of these aircraft.
You didn't have time to reflect on, is there another one of these airplanes going to blow? Or whatever. You just had to push on and get through it without incident.
I was off that day, and I woke up and I turned on the TV and I seen the news on the TV. So then I come on into work, and I'd look out over the runway and I could see plane after plane after plane. We're looking at 30-odd airplanes. We've only got about 6 passenger stairs, and each one required a passenger stairs. So we'd have to take stairs to one airplane, take it off that one, go to another one, and we just kept the rotation going and going and going.
Passengers had to wait up to 25 hours inside of the airplanes in order for authorities to clear all security concerns.
Well, we knew we had 38 wide bodies, and we did some math. We figured at least 200 on each one of them.